my life exploded. There always comes a point where in a relationship, like when it ends or whatever, you start questioning from day one. Started like all, ooh, boyfriend and girlfriend. It was picture perfect. It feels like we are fed an illusion of what love is. I'm a bit of a daredevil, soft-hearted. I put others before myself, even unconsciously. And I'm a cool guy to be around, but well, what I see for myself. But other than that, I'm also a very broken person. But when you see me from the outside, you would perceive me as a rather happy person. I don't want to be here, but I'm not that kind of person who will take myself. I think I'm also someone who people do realize I'm extremely motivated. Once I set a goal, I will achieve that goal, and basically working is my only escape. I'm very passionate about other people, and I'm very ambitious, but basically only to see myself as becoming something, having, being somebody who does something and means something to the rotation. You know what I'm saying? Just if I'm gonna be here, I might as well be doing good for myself, having as comfortable of a life, although I don't want to be here, but I'm stuck. When I hear somebody say the word love, it hurts me because it's something I've always wanted, and basically my whole life I've learned that I'm not loved, so I don't listen to love songs. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather not, so I just stick to what I know and what I enjoy. Now, yeah, the word love, it's beautiful. It's something I've always wanted to believe in. I believe that there is love out there. There's just so little of it. There's only so many people who truly love. It's something I really want, and I want to believe in it as the way we understand love is. But I also question myself, like, is it there? I've loved with all my heart, but I don't believe I've ever been loved. When I'm in love, I'll be happy. I'm extremely happy. I'm more of a go-getter. I get inspiration. That, and then the way I show love is, even if at the time I'll be earning little, I'll still make sure that we can go and do something special. Like I would ask them on a random occasion, where would you like to go and have something like a treat or whatever, because it makes me, I've always felt that if you put into your partner, if you invest in your partner, all that's I ask you is showing all of that is investing in yourself, because if you make a woman happy, then surely in return I'm getting my happiness. I don't see love being really hard. It's just there always comes a point where in a relationship, like when it ends or whatever, you start questioning from day one, and then it's like, but obviously I felt something that they didn't. It's because you make each other happy, and like you'll have a vision of a future with a home, children, a family of your own, with no, like a true love. So when I remember, even with my first real girlfriend out of high school, like I loved her so much. I saw us having, a future with kids and like a close family home. You know what I'm saying? It feels like we are fed an illusion of what love is, but it's not what we were. It's not what we were taught. I was raised in the south, the Ridgeway, those areas. Then about 9 years old, we moved to Walkerville, which is the complete opposite. I mean, yeah, there's malls like within, and there it's just open fields, So I stayed there until about 2 years ago. I can remember, and all my friendships and all of that was now in Walkerville. I've never in my life seen my parents argue. I've never, like everything, if they did argue, it was behind closed doors between themselves. I didn't know that couples or husband and wife fight. You know what I'm saying? The thought of like a man raising his hands to a woman, I've never in my life seen it at home. So, maybe it's instilled in me. I don't know. But so my parents, they were very romantic. My dad would every year for the anniversary do something big where he'd invite the whole family and all his friends, and he was, because it was a day that he really, it was something to him, not because it was an anniversary each month, but because he celebrated. He really did celebrate his love for my mother and how it has continued and continued. They were beautiful parents. They were really everything in the world. Well, I'd go and I'd wake my dad up with my torch, opening his eyes and say, "Good morning, Daddy," and all that. And then we would all sit, and it was usually about 5:30 in the morning. We'd all go into Mom's room, and my mom is an incredibly creative woman. She'd go to the kitchen, make some tea, coffee or hot chocolate, whatever we each wanted, and then we'd all sit on the bed, which is me, my dad, my sister, and I said me, and then we'd all have that, and we'd all like Marie biscuits and all that stuff, and it was just always on a tray. My mom was mad for trays. And also our dogs, which we had 2 poodles and I had an Alsatian. At that time I had a border collie. So it was a bed with like 7 of us on, and we all eating biscuits. Even the dogs, we were busy dipping it in the tea and giving it biscuits. So that was like how mornings were. Sometimes they went quiet, but it wasn't even enough to question, is there something wrong? It was picture perfect. It was like Wonderland. There was always everything you needed, and even if it was your own like for school, you'd always have the best gear, the best kit for like soccer, rugby, or whatever you were doing. Whatever we wanted to do, we always had the support, 100% of the way. There was never one day, I've never in my life experienced hunger since about 2 years ago. When I was a little boy and I started fancying girls, I was never afraid to approach them or whatever, but I was also very respectful, because I mean, I would never go up to a chick and say, hey, sexy ass, or whatever like that. I was not like that. But I would go and ask for her number or whatever, or before we had phones, like I would sit and write letters in class and at break time give it to my girlfriend, you know, like yeah. So my first girlfriend was Jolene, and me and Jolene, we were in I was in grade 7 and she was in grade 6. Because we were in different grades, we didn't actually really see each other, like, you know, as like you do in your same grade where you got your classmates. So one day we went to, it was a sports day, and now everybody's like with each other and we're waiting, whatever, you know, on sports days it's like a whole day while certain people do things or whatever. So, and I noticed her and I was like, hey dude, check her out. And so that's how I noticed her. And then that day I went up to her and I just like shared my lunch, and because I used to have nice lunches, like amazing lunches. So I used to go sit next to her and I was like, yeah, share with me, it's too much for me. And then from there I started, like, you know, just trying to woo her. It's funny actually, till today, like, she holds a little place in my heart. She was cute, and she had a little bit of boobs. I just used to spend a bit extra time with her, so everyone would make comments like, oh, you like her. They started like all, ooh, boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, and then I was like, it became something, yeah, okay. So like I asked her out and she said yes, and that was actually 2.5 years. Friends pushed us into being boyfriend and girlfriend. But, you know, so how it ended was, I'm now in grade 9, and things at home started changing a bit. So I used to rebel a lot and badly. So I got kicked out of the school, and that was pretty much it. The only time I ever saw her after leaving school was on Facebook. Like, it was just over that day. We spoke for a little bit on, I think it was Mix It, and it was like 2 weeks, whatever. I mean, also at that age, I wasn't that committed, you know. It was just to be someone with a girlfriend, but I did like her a lot. So coming into my young adult life, okay, I left, so after I'd never actually completed grade 7, okay? I'm in grade 9. So I don't even have a grade 9. My life exploded after grade 9. Yeah, this is a bit of a fuck up, actually. It's a year that, I don't know if you want me to be on camera or what. My dad and my sister killed themselves, all hung themselves in the same year. I've never seen any of my grandparents, uncles, aunties, anyone since then. I was basically thrown away from the family. I only had my mom. But it was crazy because, like, I mean, before that, every second week there was like a whole family gathering, so we were very close. And I don't know, well, I have an idea, but after my dad killed himself, there was nothing. and I was quite close with my uncles too, and till today I'm really hurt. Coming into my young adulthood was very painful. A lot happened. Alright, so my childhood was awesome. I was given everything, and I felt I had loving parents, but at the same time, when the sun went down, everything was different. There was a lot, basically from the age of 2 till about 7 hours. And I'm not talking about directly my parents, but family. They would molest me basically throughout those years, very often. And I'll try whatever, like I'll stand on a chair, I'll stand on a chair with a noose and everything, and I don't have that final step to kick the thing. I've had a gun to my head, cocked and everything. I can't pull the trigger. I want to with all of I prayed to have the power, but I can't. So I spoke up one day, and that's also what caused my father, or I believe caused my father's suicide and the whole family to leave. I was now going to psychiatrists, being put on meds. I'm going to therapists all the time. But at the same time, as much as there was that, my mom gave me all she could. And now around 16 years old, I have a car. Okay. So I have a car now at about 16. And that was awesome, because my friends were always calling me, and we go jawling, and so as much as hurt I was feeling, I would actually vent by going overboard with the jawling and all of that. And then there were like 3 different sides of me. There was that hurt side, then it was that party animal, daredevil guy, and also there was, I wanted to now become working, but I've never really wanted to work for someone. Relationships were awesome with my girlfriends and with my friends. So I actually only had one girlfriend at this time as well. So we used to go to the Glen and meet at the Glen on Fridays, like my friends, and the girls would go with their friends, and then she became my sister's friend, and then she started bringing her friend home, and I fell for the friend. It was so much more fun around Kerry. Like, the week we didn't see each other, and every single weekend we're together. She would sleep over at my house, or I'd sleep at her house, and it was amazing. It's just fireworks, and you know what I'm saying? It's like fireworks and awesomeness, and then I was also like, I would be so proud to be her boyfriend. So I was showing her off, you know what I'm saying? And I would never ever see another woman like that. Like, she was the only one. So it's like everyone was like in grey, and she's the one that was in colour. So we were still children, and then we became young adults together. When I touch her, how I would feel, and I mean, there was a physical and emotional feeling, the love, like you can, at that age, you can start feeling that there's something different. And it was awesome. My parents loved her, her parents loved me. I never cheated or anything in that time. Like, she was I really loved her a lot. And at that time, I think she loved me too. But I think there's a difference in the intensity, but we were awesome. We used to go to the movies all the time. We used to go out with our friends all the time. She was the one that I really felt, now I know what love is. I don't really know how I feel. I was just, she was the only person that I had that feeling for. And when you asked me to explain that feeling, I'm not so sure what it is. I don't really remember how exactly it ended, but it just stopped. Okay, well look, when I was, at that time I had a motorcycle accident and I got brain damage and I broke my back and everything. This happened a bit after the breakup, but I actually forgot a lot of people in my life. I forgot a lot of events in my life. I forgot how to talk. I had to relearn to talk. So that's a part that I don't really remember how it ended, but what I can say is we drifted away. I don't know why, or I can't remember why, or whatever. No, I believe that was real love, because it's who I wanted to be my partner for the rest of my life. Definitely, I believe that was real love. Losing her was, I felt it a lot, I hurt a lot, but I was also very understanding. I started, as I said, things started happening in my life from very young age turned to drugs and stuff like that. She didn't know about it, but I think I changed a lot and we ended, and I thought my life would end. Like, it hurt me, but I knew that I was doing it to myself. The cost of love was expensive, but I was happy to, I'm talking figuratively, but I was happy to pay. It was expensive, but I was happy to pay. So there was this person that I met who I fell so madly in love with. And I also, at this time, I've got my own business, 2 businesses. I was so in love with her, but I could see from the beginning that she wasn't as fond of me. But I also started thinking, she also told me that she doesn't show much affection or whatever, but I don't know why. I fell madly in love with her. So anyway, we start dating, but it was for about 2 years. She would play with me in a way, like she'd get very close with me and then for nothing distance herself, like 3 or 4 times a year that would happen. And then one day she actually starts dating me. She tells me to move to Bracken Downs area, to the south. So I had 2 businesses in Walkerville at that time. So to me it was I wanted to ease into it, extend my businesses this side and give it time, She told me, like after a lot of fought back and forth, she told me, come here, get on your feet here, I'll like help you with everything and whatever. So in those 3 weeks I have now moved. I'm like 9,000 rand rent and deposit, and I don't know exactly what happened. Then all of a sudden she broke up with me, got a protection order against me, and I don't understand. Within this back and forth, I used to do a lot for her children more specifically. I paid for their soccer and all that, to contribute to the school fees. I would drive her kids to school. I felt almost a little bit more of a babysitter, but I actually loved the children too. So yeah, eventually she done that whole move, and I'm ended up now in Mayberry Park. I saw some messages between her and my landlord, which I have screenshot and documented, it was somewhat, I don't know why, it was a setup to get me out of my area, out of where my business was. It was something about they were going to share the deposit and the rent and whatever. So I basically, at this point I was not a millionaire, but I was in my six figures, and now I'm ended up in court, and the landlord also got a protection order against me. So now I'm fighting two protection orders. I'm in court. Actually last year I became homeless, and I was eventually on a blanket outside Brackendown's police station. I ended up by working in the day and sleeping there at night, doing whatever I could. My mom would help me where she could. I ended up with a caravan, and then the police moved me from the police station to Chronicles cemetery. So I stayed in the cemetery for a bit, and throughout all this I was with my pit bull. And then we came here, and I've now just as I said, I've always had hustle in me. So, throughout, even though I was sleeping on the ground outside the police station, I'd still have like my indoor and my everything. Like I'd still sometimes order KFC or Uber Eats, so it also confused a lot of people. But I mean, I started doing online things for money. So like marketplace and all that stuff. I would have some kind of a hustle to bring something in. At this point now, I actually end up in prison. I got a 5-year suspended sentence due to the girlfriend and the landlord's cases. And so now I end up in a shack, right? Yeah, and the thing is that it was all lies about the things that were said about what had happened and all this court case stuff. Yes, after protection order, I did try to get hold of her, because I mean, she knew me up there. I still just wanted to understand why. I mean, I wasn't even given an explanation when this happened. When I came out, I had nothing anymore. Started building myself up again, got my tools, all that, because I've always had tools throughout my whole life. Like tools, it's part of who I am. And I'm living in a shack with all of that, and now things are starting to look up, and so yeah, I'm actually getting onto my feet now. I'm a business partner at a brickyard. So, things are really actually overnight coming back.
Details, what's your...
Nah, I've been single for, ever since her, which was about now almost a year and a half, going on 2 years ago. I would love to be in a relationship, but I don't think that the love that I believe is love exists. So yeah, I've been single. I don't know. I would love to find the love that I believe, but I don't know if it's really there anymore, or ever was there. So, if love was giving and respecting nothing in return, would I love again? Yes, but at the same time I don't actually believe that it will ever come about. I don't see, because I've opened my eyes to all the deceit behind love. So, I mean, I don't, it's something I want, but I don't believe I'll ever feel it again. If someone had to come into my life, I'd be very cautious, I'd be a bit scared, but I'd also be excited. I don't really see it happening, but I would. If I had to meet me when I was small, I would tell him love, boy. Because you know what? Even if you're the only one loving, what would it feel like not to love? If there was a cure for love, would I take it? Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I don't know, it just is too much. I don't believe it really is there anymore. I feel it's like just running into another trap.